Kanye West is a rapper slash producer who had his first album in 2004 be very successful, and an artist who has stuck around for years and inspired thousands of other artists. Kanye has such hits as Jesus Walks, Gold Digger, Stronger, Power, and Bound 2. Kanye has influenced so many artists through his years that he is probably the most influential rapper at the moment. Kanye West was born in a small suburb just outside of Atlanta. Kanye's name was taken from a book of African names, and Kanye means the only one in Swahili. His mother, Donda West, was a teacher at a school in Atlanta and was chairwoman of the English department. They then later moved on to South Chicago. Kanye was very interested in art at his younger ages, as he would love to create designs for different things such as sneakers or clothing. Kanye, at 10 years old, went to China for a year as they had an exchange program at the school, and him and his mother would move to China and the culture would help inspire his art and his cultural knowledge. Kanye would see hip-hop explode as a genre as the civil rights movements were going on, and this inspired Kanye to start rapping. Kanye first started producing at the age of 12 when he got his first keyboard, and from then on, he decided he wanted to be a music producer. Kanye would spend all of his time in the music studio at Chicago State and would get his first radio play with a song called Oh by Kanye's group called the Go-Getters, and they had the summer anthem for the Midwest. Kanye then later sold a beat to Jermaine Dupri for $5,000, which led to him having a meeting with Columbia Records, and he was so confident in his own ability that he dropped out of college. However, during the interview, Kanye's attitude and confidence in himself made the deal fall through. As he was talking about how he would sell more records than Jermaine Dupri, what he didn't realize is that he was talking to Jermaine's father. Kanye never got a call from Columbia and was disappointed in her when it didn't work out for him. And since then he would never stop working on his craft of production. After having enough of things not working out for him, he finally moved to New York, leaving everything behind and purely focusing on selling beats. Kanye had sold around 30 beats in his first month of being in New York. This then grabbed the attention of the A&R department at Rockefeller Records, and Kanye would come into the studio and start familiarizing himself with other artists and producing for some of the Rockefeller artists such as Beanie Sigel's The Truth. One day, Kanye came into the studio and Jay-Z was working on the blueprint in the studio. Kanye ended up playing some beats for Jay-Z. Kanye then went on to produce 6 songs on the Blueprint album. This helped Kanye become more confident and helped him get the attention from Capitol Records. Unfortunately, they didn't believe in him being a rapper slash producer and didn't think it would blow up. This unfortunate series of events made Rockefeller decide to sign Kanye as they didn't want to miss out on any of Kanye's beats, but they signed him as a rapper to most likely keep him happy. This then led to him beginning to record The College Dropout. The record The College Dropout, which was made in 2004, is considered one of Kanye's best albums to date, whilst also being one of the best hip-hop albums, and shaped hip-hop differently as Kanye was just a normal suburban boy. Kanye, who didn't have a past of drugs, guns and violence, instead rapped about political issues and his relationship with Jesus, which is something that anyone could talk about at the time. This is one of the many reasons as to why Kanye used to get turned down by record labels, as he would have a demo tape which included Jesus Walks on it that he would play to record labels, and they would reject him as they feel like he couldn't work in the current climate of the hip-hop genre. This is why Rockefeller Records signed him to be a producer, because they knew they couldn't miss out on his talent for making beats for them. Being signed by Rockefeller changed Kanye and made him more confident in everything he did. This made him continue to work on his own album whilst producing for other artists at the same time. He worked with rappers such as Ludacris and other artists such as Alicia Keys and Britney Spears. He did this because he wasn't getting the attention he wanted from the label because they didn't want to put him out anywhere. Kanye would then work on his own album during other artists' studio times, as he would come in a few hours earlier and stay a few hours late. Whilst working one night with Beanie Sigel, Kanye would begin driving home at 2 or 3 a.m. After working hard at a long studio session, as he was driving towards his hotel, Kanye fell asleep at the wheel. Kanye, after multiple surgeries, had to have his mouth wired shut. This then created one of Kanye's most notable songs and one of the biggest songs on the album, Through the Wire, in which Kanye raps to his wide shut mouth. After the song was made, because the label were not willing to push his music, Kanye spent his own money on a music video for Through the Wire, which ended up blowing up, and Kanye got a lot of hype, and from that point, Kanye and his friend Dom C kept pushing his album for anything and going anywhere. After spending money on his own music video, Kanye hosted a video premiere party, and the whole staff of Rockefeller watched the Through the Wire music video in Jay-Z's club, which made everyone acknowledge Kanye as more than a producer and got him more respected in the industry, and they finally started pushing his album. Kanye, although missing out on the award for Best New Artist, was the face of the Grammys, as he was nominated for 10 Grammys. After winning these Grammys, Kanye would give one of the most iconic Grammy speeches of all time. Kanye would then turn into one of the greatest of all time and influence thousands of other artists in winning numerous awards for his efforts, which all started with the College Dropout album. The legacy of his album can be seen in the many artists such as T-Pain, Kid Cudi, and Pusha T. Unfortunately, Kanye now struggles mentally because of the loss of his mother in 2008, which he blames himself for. He has caused multiple controversies and has been diagnosed with bipolar disorder. However, he continues to make music despite this and is still one of the greatest artists even to this day, and his albums still inspire and influence thousands of artists. He's produced many innovative albums, the most recent one of these being Playboi Carti's Whole Lotta Red. Kanye's legacy will leave a huge impact on hip-hop music forever, and he will continue to innovate it each day.